Been on leave all week. Let's go. I am thoroughly enjoying not doing anything for these past several days. I've been lazy, laying in the bed, feeling good, feeling bad, feeling happy, feeling sad, feeling all of that range of emotions. But yeah, man, I just wanted to jump on here because, wife sent me out to the Walmart, and I'm a Spark driver. Spark driver. Spark is the name of the contract company that is doing your grocery shopping at Walmart and is also driving your groceries to you. Keep right toward Day Street. So, normally what I like to do with Spark is I like to just pull up and they've already done the grocery shopping and they drop it in the car. What I did tonight was I went grocery shopping for the wife. She said, I want to warm up the soup. Then the kids said, we don't want soup, mommy. And so she said, all right, well, I'm going to make some pancakes. And then she said, well, we ain't got no milk. We can't make pancakes without milk. So then it became pizza. I'm giving you the whole process. And my son, my 13-year-old, the one that's always getting in trouble, he decided that he really, really wanted pizza. But I said, man, we had Sam's Club pizza on Monday or Tuesday. I don't feel like doing pizza again. So no more pizza. Then we settled on Franks and Beans. Now, I have a grocery store. It's called Renfro's. Everybody in the South, maybe that's an Alabama thing. I'm not sure. I never heard of Renfro's until I came to Alabama. So, hey, to the 3 folks that's in the chat, I hope y'all doing all right tonight. I'm just talking about Spark driving and stuff like that. Stay in the second lane from right. But anyway, I decided that I was not going to go to Renfro's because it was 10 minutes before closing. Represent Brazil, represent, big up, Bom Dia. And so I decided, nah, we ain't going to Renfro's because I don't want them to rush me, because I know how they do. Every place in Montgomery, for some reason, except for the Walgreens, right toward Day Street, on Carter Hill Road. It's like 30 Walgreens in Montgomery, but the one on Carter Hill Road, that's my Walgreens. They got this lady in there that I'm telling you, if anybody been there, this lady is about 6'4", 6'5". Beautiful black woman. She's like really tall. And she like a sister type. It's nothing like that. Nothing funny business. No funny business. But like every time I come in that store, the store closes at 10. Every time every time I come in the store, it's probably about 5 to 10 minutes to closing. And so like I do this so often because normally it's right around that time when we realize, hey, we don't have any more diapers for the kids. No more pull-ups, no nothing. Or the baby needs, I think I got milk. Yeah, I got milk. Or the baby needs some milk. And so I just get sent on like last minute trips. But anybody that shopped at Walgreens, Walgreens is a little expensive. And so I was like, you know what? I ain't did no Sparks all week. So I'm going to use this as an excuse to go to Walmart. So I did all the grocery shopping at Walmart. Now I left home probably at about before 8. No, it was before 8 o'clock. And you look at the clock right now, and my wife is calling me right now, literally. So hopefully she's not watching the live and ready to fuss at me, because I ain't going to answer the phone. But if she want to know what's going on, hopefully she check her YouTube, because I'm live streaming, honey. Don't get mad if you watching this. I'm doing this for us. So anyway, I was in there and I got all of the grocery shopping done probably in like 10, 15 minutes. And that's one of the benefits of doing Spark driving. Like, you start to learn your stores really well. And so when you see I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Y'all might not see me for a while again. But yeah, if y'all don't see me for a while, send help. Because I'm not okay. But anyway.
2.5 miles. Turn left onto Old Selma Road.
Okay. Anyway, I decided, yeah, I finished so quick. Let me just go ahead and do a little Spark order. Let me see. If somebody give me an order between me walking from this last aisle to the cash register, I'm going to go ahead and accept it. And so I saw the order, and it was for shopping. I like shopping on Spark because I can control the speed. Sometimes, she texted me, honey, you okay? Jeez. I wish she would call me. Or turn on her phone. But anyway, so I got the order, and I like shopping because sometimes you pull up to Walmart and they don't come out right away. Like you tell them, hey, I'm on my way to pick this order up that y'all said y'all ain't bagged already. But I feel like sometimes Walmart hasn't even bagged the order. And so you're going there and they're literally shopping while you're waiting. I feel like that sometimes. So I started just doing my own shopping because I know where everything is. And so I did her shopping in less than 15 minutes. Then I went to the line and it was like 30 people in the line. No kidding. Not a single cash register open. Like a person operating the cash register, that was not a thing at this Walmart. And so I went up to the front of the line. I was like, hey, is there one line? And the lady looks me dead in my face and say, yeah, it's one line. It's just one. I was like, okay. That's strange. Normally they have, the scan and go, and then they have the line for the people that's playing with cards, and then they got the lines that people that's paying with cash. Only one line. So I asked her, and then I see an open, lane. And I'm like, let me leave my shopping cart here because I know if I step out this line, they're going to make me go all the way to the back of the line. So let's not do that. I understand Montgomeryans at this point, and I'm not going to play myself. So I left my cart. I walked over there, and what do I see? The line, of course, was open, and the lady did not. She worked there, but apparently she didn't know what she was talking about. And so I got all of that stuff, and I got 2 orders. Now, it's about 9 o'clock. This lady's delivery time was set for, I think, 10 or 11. So I got her order a little bit early. I tried to be cheerful and chipper. I was like, hey, how you doing? I'll be done in about 15 minutes. And of course, I was done in a little bit less than 15 minutes. It was only 11 items. And for picking up 11 items, this lady, so let me tell you let me back up. They decided to get hot dogs, chili dogs. So we making chili dogs tonight. And so I did all my chili dogs. And then the lady that I went shopping for, she was getting burgers and hot dogs. And the only thing is she got 2 packages of hamburger buns, but she only had 8 hamburgers. So she got 16 hamburger buns, but only 8 burgers. And then she got 8 hot dogs. So I felt like she probably meant to select a hamburger and a hot dog. But some people, it's different. And some people, they like to eat hot dogs on hamburger buns. So I was just like, I'm just going to get what the lady ordered. I could have asked her and texted her like, hey, I just noticed that you got hamburgers and hot dogs, but you only ordered hamburger buns. Is that important? I ain't say nothing. I just went ahead and did what she asked for. And I think part of that is because the time of the day. It's late, and my kids haven't eaten, and I didn't want to wait for the lady. I don't want to wait for the lady to have to respond.
is on your right.
I didn't want to have to wait for her to respond and be delayed further. Because the kids, I left at 7:50. Now it's 9 o'clock. So they was expecting me back probably at about 8:30 at the latest. And obviously, it's 30 minutes. When I step in the house, she gonna watch. She gonna be like, I figured you was out there sparking. Why you ain't answer the phone? And then I'm gonna pull up the YouTube. I'm gonna pull up the live. And I'm gonna be like, I was live streaming. So y'all gonna be my alibi. So thank y'all for that. But man, let's talk about what's going on in the world. I know all of y'all on this live stream don't watch my channel normally. A lot of times that's just how it works. People like, hey, I'm just here for the live stream. I'm not really here to watch your videos or whatever. But if y'all get an opportunity, I want y'all to check out my video. I got a video on there about Project 2025. Is that? Hold on. Project 2025. That's President Trump's, that's kind of his game plan, how he operating. Now, when he was campaigning for office, they asked him about Project 2025, and he said, nah, that ain't me. That ain't me. That's not what I'm doing. But, so I didn't read 2025, and most people didn't. But what I did do is I ran it through ChatGPT, and I asked it to give me the high points. And so, after I ran it through, I made a little video. So check that out. I'm about to make another video real quick on how I think the presidency is similar to ISIS. His administration is operating like ISIS. I'm gonna drop that video tonight. But I do like political stuff. But hang on, y'all. I gotta go drop this off. Turn it off. All right. So I'm about to go leave this stuff at this lady's house. I try to take it all typically in one trip. Because that's just how I like to do. I ain't gonna smash her stuff up though. Cool. This is hers, is it? What is that? That is not hers. Okay. I'm about to give her something that ain't even hers. But yeah. So this is Spark. Hopefully I don't get bit by a dog. I see a dog coming out here. Please don't bite me, Mr. Dog. All right, I think this is her house. Don't know. And it's mud over here, of course. Shit, is 118? Yep, 118. Cool. All right. I don't like to put people's stuff on the ground like this, but it's kind of the situation we in. All right. Okay, hold on. Yeah. So that was that. Simple and plain. And just like that, everybody left the chat. And they probably ain't gonna come back. That's just how live streams work. I know. I've been watching YouTube Live for a while. All right. Let me not run over y'all mailbox here. Cause I could definitely do that. Not paying attention. I'm gonna back out of here. All right. I can just go straight out. Cool. Yeah, man. So like, it's just been crazy. I don't know how y'all feeling. I seen somebody in there was from Brazil. Hold on. Hold up. All right. Somebody was from Brazil. And I just wonder right now, I know how people from the United States are kind of looking at the presidency. You kind of got like three different views, it seems like. You got the people that think President Trump is doing an amazing job, and they're so glad that, he's in office and, finally we getting things in order and he's setting everything together. Then you had the people that have just been so over it that they just disengage fully. They do not care about what's happening, and they just like, man, we just gonna wait it out. And then you have the people that are hot, and like every time they pick up their phone, they're looking at the news and they're seeing like it's crazy, and they're just losing it over something else that that the president has done or some other policy that he's published. My wife. Yep. 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 Just as I knew. Chat empty, according to YouTube, one person. I asked y'all not to leave, man. Man, I went on the phone for like 2 minutes. I can see how that can get kind of boring, because I know YouTube, the screen just freeze. And I probably had a dumb look on my face, like, like, okay, this is weird. I'm changing the channel. But yeah, man, like just the craziness of it all. And I realized something. So this is how like the right felt when President Obama was in office. Cause I ain't gonna lie. When President Obama was in office, it was crazy. It felt like, you couldn't tell us nothing. We like black people, we was winning. Even though you look back on it, and I want y'all gonna trip off of what I say, but you look back on it, and you will probably realize, this is an unpopular opinion, that President Biden probably did more for black people than President Obama did. That's not a popular opinion. I know that. I know some people just like swipe right or, man, I'm going somewhere else. But I'm trying to tell you, do this. Go on ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT. Compare and contrast the Biden administration, the first Biden administration, and the first Obama administration. You probably could even make a case that he did more for, like, specifically black people in one term than President Obama did in two. I'm gonna look that up. I'm not 100% on that, but I feel like that holds up. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna come back. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna be like, man, yeah, I was wrong. That was stupid of me. I forgot. Now, the biggest thing President Obama did for like all peoples was that Affordable Care Act. Now they called it the Obamacare, and everybody was up in arms because what's that boy name on Fox News? He ain't on there no more. He said something racist and he got fired. Gosh, I can hear his irritating voice, but he used to be on that Obamacare. Rush Limbaugh and them, all of them was just going in Obamacare. No, it's gonna ruin the country. All of this and that. But now, you ask people, like, people on the right, ask them how they feel about the Affordable Care Act, about they medical insurance and their medical care. They gonna tell you, don't call it Obamacare, but call it the Affordable Care Act, and they gonna tell you, nah, I'm good. They're not gonna have any complaints. And you ask them, hey, what would you do if somebody was to take away your Affordable Care Act? They're gonna be mad. They're gonna be real mad. And the funny thing to me is, like, people don't understand whether you like the person or not is irrelevant. Is President Trump a likable person? Maybe to some people. Do I dislike President Trump? No, I don't. Do I dislike some of the things that he say? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do I dislike some of the policies that he does? For sure. But like, it's not like, I don't know. The hate that President Obama received, it's not like that. I don't feel like, you know, I just don't feel like hate towards him. Like, a lot of people express like hate towards him. They would express hate towards his wife. You know, they call her an ape and all of these other things, and they said all types of vile things about him. But one thing I will say, and comparing and contrasting, he didn't ever have a scandal. Like, the biggest scandal he had was when he wore a tan suit. And that's kind of what I miss about politics, like those days. That was kind of like when I first really started paying attention to politics. But yeah, man, I will say this. This is crazy, but I would rather have, no. I was about to say something crazy. I was about to say I'd rather have President Trump in office than President Biden as the president. But then I was like, President Biden, I mean, we're not going to keep it real. We're not going to say it, but I'm going to say it. Because I really don't feel like any one party fits me perfectly. So I'm going to say it. President Biden was out to lunch probably for like the last 2 or 3 years. Like, the last 2 or 3 years, I feel like President Biden is probably going to retreat into, like, because I don't hear him no more. Like, I remember when Trump came around and Obama, you know, people would ask Obama stuff. And President Obama, he didn't really do a whole lot, but I felt like we at least heard some of the stuff that he was saying. I haven't really heard a whole lot from President Biden. And I feel like he wasn't but 3 years older than President Trump. President Trump is 78 and President Biden was 81. But look at President Trump's 78 and look at President Trump's 81. They don't look the same. They don't look the same. They do not look the same. And I don't know how now, President Trump is losing it a little bit. He's getting a little bit, you know what? They probably are at about the same. So where President Biden was 3 years ago, that's probably about equivalent to where President Trump is right now. So when President Biden was 78, cognitively, him and Trump, President Biden was probably a little bit ahead of Trump. But I remember they did that first debate, and like people was losing their mind. Like, oh my gosh, he was so incoherent, and you know, he was sleepy and all of this other stuff about President Biden. And like, I watched the debate. Like, I purposely watch it after everybody watches it. And then I see what they say, what both sides say, and then I watch it and I try to analyze it. I felt like he did not do a bad job. I felt like they were overblowing it. Both sides was overblowing it. It almost seemed like there was this like secret agreement, like, hey y'all, we gonna let President Trump be the president again. We're going to do this again. Democrats, Republicans, conspiracy theorists send me. Thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate that. We're going to let them be the president. It's Trump turn because we got to get all of these things situated. We got to get them done. What are some of the things, you know, switching gears, what are some of the things that I don't agree with or that kind of like make me scratch my head about the current president, like the DEI, how he went against diversity, equity, and inclusion. Like they just say, we killed DEI, and we knew that was going to happen, because he said it. He said he was going to do it. If he was elected, it's over. Like we saw, as a result of the judges that he put in place, Supreme Court, we saw them take down affirmative action. We saw all of these things happen that, like, we knew that we knew it was when he got elected. I knew that we was gonna be in for some junk, some cheese as a people. What I don't think everybody understood was how minorities in general, because you had that picture, and me and my guys, it's 3 of us in the chat. You had the picture of the guy with the Latinos for Trump, in handcuffs, being escorted by ICE. And like, I looked at it, and my first emotion was like, it was a little bit of sadness. And then it was also like, then the irony kicked in. Like, how do you, okay, so you got like a voting shirt on, right? But you're not even a citizen, so you can't vote. And so it's okay, you can support, like, people that's not a citizen of the country. You can support a leader, another world leader. You can like their policies and you can like what they're saying. But like, so much of the stuff that he was saying was just anti-immigrant. And it just seems like the main immigrants that he has a problem with are non-whites. Case in point, South Africans. I saw something on the news where it said, he had made, like, they oppressed in South Africa. They're oppressed. We're going to grant them asylum in America. I'm sorry, didn't you just kind of say, like, America first? And you, like, shut down the borders? You trying to shut down the border, the southern border. So, what you mean? What you mean? They're oppressed? The man is holding them down? Like, he got to be familiar with apartheid, that whole system. I mean, it's like the Jim Crow type system. He was around during Jim Crow. He remembers. And this is what he's talking about when he's saying, make America great again. I looked up the word, the definition. Look up the definition, y'all. The Oxford Dictionary for again. Because words matter. And here's the thing. I don't know if y'all saw on the news, Elon Musk's little son, which I feel like is not his son, because I feel like, y'all remember how Michael Jackson, all of a sudden these little kids came up and they were supposed to be his kids? Rob Sarich says, who's a 2028 Democratic candidate? To be determined. I mean, at this point, are we going to have a 2028 election? That's where we at. That's where we're at. Are we going to have an election? I don't know if you remember. Go Google it. President Trump told him, but when he was running for president, y'all ain't going to have to worry about this. Don't worry about this. This whole election thing, y'all ain't going to have to worry about this. So, like, what does that mean? Hey, sir, what do you mean when you say that? Are you going to change the system? Or are you just never going to step down? Or are you going to get, like, another term? I mean, I'm looking at your body. I'm looking at how they saying you a big McDonald's fan. I'm home. I'm looking at all of these things, Mr. President. I don't see fitness. I don't see it. So, like, if you're going to be here, like, you're going to be 82 when you finish this next term, right? So, what makes you so sure that you're going to be clear? That your mind is even going to be there? Because I don't know if y'all have seen it. There's footage of him also, kind of like stumbling and mumbling and messing up words. And I'm not an ageist. I'm not. I'm not being ageist. I'm being realistic here. Because now I've seen older gentlemen that can command a room. Case in point, I was in a military training class. Now we had the joint planner. We had the joint planner, the guy that kind of put together the plan, the war effort plan for Vietnam. He gave us a speech. His name is that's not his name, that's his rank. Retired Colonel John Warden. This dude is 81 years old. His 81 did not hit like President Biden's 81. Like, this dude came up there. First of all, he looked like he could do about 50, 60 push-ups at one go. He looks very fit. He did not look like weak. He wasn't shuffling. He walked in there really good. His energy level was good. When he engaged us, he was talking to us and not like at us. I don't know the distinction there. I'm sure there's a distinction in my mind. It's not working right now. I'm a little hungry. But like, I felt like he was with us and not just going off of a script. And he answered questions. I asked him a question. And I recorded the question because with my memory, the way my memory is set up, like, I knew I wasn't going to remember it. But basically, I asked him, like, how do you get people to operate at a strategic level? You know, captains. How do you get them? Because he was just saying, like, you know, we got to be thinking up here. And, you know, for this next war, we got to be thinking here. We can't be down there. And so I was like, how we get there? And so he answered it. I wrote it down. I just transcribed it, but I ain't even really committed to memory because I ain't running the class right now. But I've seen older people that can command an audience and can gauge and can, like, process. Like, some of the things that the president be saying, man, I know y'all seen it. It just be like, little Elon Musk kid. That's where I was going. Elon Musk kid was like, shut your blanking mouth. You ain't the president. Google that, y'all. I lost y'all. It's okay. But Google that. He told that man, shut your blanking mouth. The little boy is 5. At 5 years old, I knew better. That told me that's what Elon Musk be saying. Because I do know kids will embarrass you. I know at church, this is why I don't talk about people from my church. If I ever have an issue, which I don't, great church. But if I ever had one, I would not talk about it around my kids. Because here's what my kids going to do. They're going to repeat what I said, and they're going to say, hey, Daddy, is that the boss? Is that your boss, Daddy? That's the boss that you can't stand, Daddy. That's what you had said, Daddy, right? You can't stand your boss. Is that him, Daddy? That him right there? Coincidentally, I feel like, I don't know what happened, but the relationship between my boss at work, it has changed. But at this point, I'm just rambling. But I do want y'all to be on the lookout for this video. Subscribe. Do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. If y'all like that conversation about, like, the presidency, about where we going as a country and the direction and all of that stuff, I got a video coming for y'all tonight. And it's a documentary just because I'm not going to lie. I'm a little lazy right now. I have 6 children. I have a job, full-time job. I'm doing a lot with the church, and I'm busy. And so it's not going to be me, but it's going to be my ideas. And it's just going to be like some stock videos, some stock footage. But it's going to compare and contrast how this current administration in some ways resembles an authoritarian administration you may have heard of before. ISIS, There's some parallels. And I know that sounds crazy. Like, what? What are you talking about? Watch the video. Please subscribe. The video is going to be up probably no later than another 2 to 3 hours. Give me 2 to 3 hours. It's going to be made real quick, y'all. I'm going to put that thing up. And after you watch the video, it's going to be probably like 7.5 minutes or something like that. Maybe 5. After you watch the video, you're going to be like, oh, snap. Because there are a lot of similarities between ISIS and the Third Reich. Y'all know the Third Reich? Hitler? It was like the revised, they called themselves the Third Reich. It was like the revised Roman Empire. That's what they called themselves, right? Or something like that. Well, there's a lot of similarities between ISIS and the Third Reich. There's also a lot of similarities between some of these authoritarian moves. When you start trying to take over the media and people, and you become the source of the truth, you're going down the wrong road. Everybody can't be saying only positive things about you, because something ain't right. And that's where we at right now. Like, it just so happens his billionaire friends are like all like over social media, like majority of the social media. And we need y'all to sell this TikTok, this popular thing that like is not really state run, because we gonna get that state run, and we gonna get now Elon Musk said he wasn't interested in buying TikTok. But watch, if TikTok get bought, it's gonna be somebody that's gonna be in his circle. And yeah, I see that taking over the media. Then we're changing education. We're changing and all of these people that are all of a sudden doing like mass resignations. So he gave them that option, like to resign, the GS employees, and he changed like Schedule F, like so they could fire people easier. I'm telling you, it's very smart if you're trying to get everybody to do what you want them to do. It's very smart. Like, you want this job? Well, you're going to be loyal to me. And if you're not loyal to me, you're fired. It's amazing. Like, right now, he's pretty much told the judicial system that we're not going to listen to y'all. Now, you got the 3 branches. And I saw, what's her name? It's not Amanda Seals. Pretty black lady. Gosh. I can't remember her name. She's been on ESPN. But I saw her, and she was talking about the 3 branches of government. Now, the executive branch, that's what wanted President Trump in. He got that on lock, right? And then you got the legislative, which the House and the Senate is Republican majority, right? So he got them on lock. So they all got it. We working together, hand in the glove. He don't really got the judicial system, though. Now, he just told, now, all of these branches of government are supposed to balance each other and check each other. Now, if the legislative ain't going to check the executive, we got an imbalance of power. And if you just say, well, we're not going to listen to the judicial, what are they going to do? What's their enforcement? They can say that's the law, then I can just fire them. I can rewrite the Constitution. So I don't know. It's just interesting. I'm again, conspiracy theory, conjecture, whatever. But I just look and I see and I listen to the words that people is using. We are at a very critical place. Like right now, it just seems like the country, man, is just so divided. And we need a unifier. Like, we need a unifier. We need, like, it's okay. You don't have to agree with my policies. But this is what I need you to do. Speak up. I don't like that. Shut up. If you don't agree with me, shut up. Don't talk. You can't have a platform. That sounds like Russia to me. Right? Putin don't have no, he don't really have opposition. China don't really have opposition. It's supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to get out of here because I know they hungry. It's 9:30, and I'm hungry too. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Be on the lookout for that video. If y'all didn't subscribe. Check. Hey, check back. I'm about to drop this video. Check back. You gonna like it. ISIS, Hitler, Trump, Hitler, ISIS, Trump. What that spell? Hit. I'm about to drop one. All right. Be blessed, y'all.